This book has brainwashed a lot of people into thinking buying a property in the UK is a waste of money, or should I say liability. But context is everything. If they wanted to teach you, they would, but they won't, so I will. You may hear a lot of people online talking about how buying a residential property and living in it is not a good financial decision, or they class it a liability rather than an asset, meaning it will put you in a financial disadvantage rather than being a positive addition. And most of those people adopted that way of thinking from Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is a book I've read, and honestly, it's a great book in a lot of ways. But it isn't a book that really works for the UK on every level, especially when it comes to views about buying a property to live in. The main reason being that while the upfront cost of buying your home is a lot more than renting because of the deposit, in the UK rent is more expensive than mortgage payments for first-time buyers. To be honest, rent is out of hand for real. True say the government really need to find a way to reel that one back in. The average monthly mortgage payment according to Rightmove for those buying now is £949 per month, whereas the average monthly rental cost in the UK is £1,301 per month. Now these are averages and estimates, but you could pay £350 less per month by buying a property you live in rather than renting privately. In America, however, the average rent per month is a lot cheaper than mortgage repayments. Rent on average in the US is around $1,748, but the average mortgage repayment is $2,617, which means in America, just like Rich Dad Poor Dad says, owning your own home can cost you a lot more, and it may be a better choice to rent for less and put all of your extra money into buying a buy-to-let property or investing it in some other way and making you money rather than costing you money. But in the UK, that same logic doesn't work for a lot of people. I mean, unless you can find yourself dirt cheap rental accommodation or you're willing to live well below your means, it's just not going to work out for you. Buying in the UK also has added benefits of allowing you to build equity in the property you buy while living in it through paying down the mortgage, and you can also build equity from the price of the property going up, which you can then take out and spend on whatever you like. And it also leaves you free to do whatever you want with your home. Personally, I think it makes more sense to pay your own mortgage than pay someone else's, as well as pay them a little on top for the privilege. Now, that isn't to say buying a home is for everyone. If that isn't your bag, I hear you. You may be a free spirit that likes to be able to up and move wherever life takes you. But if you can afford to buy your own home, don't be fooled into thinking it's a bad financial decision because of books that aren't contextually relevant to you. My question to you is, if you have the money, what would still stop you from buying in the UK? Let me know in the comments.